Gerd Müller, Philipp Lahm, Jürgen Klinsmann, all great players, all winners, but none of them had the potential of Mario Gotze, a player who the football world thought would be Germany's first prodigy and superstar. So what went wrong? Well, it all starts with this dude. Wrong clothes. Yep, that's the one. It all began in 2010. After 2 years in charge, the grinning blonde German dethroned the might of Bayern Munich with a brand of attacking football that was both joyous and glorious to watch. Built with young, unknown but talented players, Klopp's Dortmund were the new talk of the town as they blazed their way to back-to-back Bundesliga titles, and at the heart of that success was 18-year-old Gotze, whose amazing football brain, intelligence and creativity was key to making the Dortmund side so lethal on the break. But as with modern football, all good things must come to an end. We knew the little guy. As Gotze's star began to rise, so did the eyes of Dortmund's rival, which eventually led to his move to Bayern Munich in 2013, during the breakup of the uber-talented Dortmund side that saw several of its core players leave for pastures new. Pep Guardiola was the revolutionary coach whose methods would dominate football for the decade. Naturally, the feeling was he would be joining a Bayern side with stars at their peak who would take over Europe. Nah, that never happened. Guess this dude wasn't too bad, was he? As for Gotze, his first season at Bayern Munich mirrored his output for Dortmund, but as the season went on, his appearances became more sparse, and yes, it just wasn't the same talent that we saw under Klopp at Dortmund. The possession-based system did not suit Mario, who flourished under the quicker and more direct Klopp philosophy. It looked as if this would be the end for Gotze, and this move would be the conclusion of this prodigy story. Then came the World Cup. Joachim Low still picked Gotze, despite his struggles at Bayern, but in an extremely talented German side who had grown up together, there was no place for him in the starting lineup, and he hardly had much game time. That was until the final. So the folktales say with the game at 0-0, deep in second half extra time with the final heading to penalties, Low pulled Gotze aside and told him, "Go on to win the game for us." I'd like to believe that's true, because it makes for a cooler story. And the rest, as they say, is history. Hopefully his hands were washed. From that moment, I believed, and the world as well, thought that scoring the best World Cup winning goal of all time, Gotze would finally fulfill his incredible potential. But it just never materialized. Gotze's Bayern career never really took off, and it ended with him returning back to Dortmund in 2016 to try and rekindle that flame. It simply didn't pop off, and it got worse. In March 2017, Gotze discovered he had a metabolic disorder, which meant his muscles could not function properly, causing yet another setback. The hard truth stared back at Gotze. He was never going to be that star. Now he joins PSV, and no insults to the great Klopp, it is a far away from where such a prodigy should be playing. But let the man get his money and bow out gracefully. Perhaps Gotze should have stayed at Dortmund, or when the team had broken apart, should have looked to join a Liverpool or a Real Madrid, a team with a system that suited him, as that one transfer to Bayern under Pep's system did a lot to derail his career. Or some may say, if you are that talented and a true prodigy, you should be able to say what's up in any system. But that simply isn't the case for most players. It is vital when you are developing, you make the right move. It is one of football's and Germany's great losses. He had all the tools to be a special player and could have perhaps been Germany's most gifted footballer. Despite him not realizing his potential, that World Cup final goal is a prized possession that can at the very least help soften the blow of not being Germany's first true world-class superstar player. Thanks for watching the vid. To support the Football Hot, please hit that like button down there, and also remember to hit the bell button for notifications, and also remember to subscribe by hitting this icon over there.